Israel-Gaza Iran War News Live Update. Israeli planes bomb southern Lebanon again. Israeli airplanes launched another airstrike on southern Lebanon, according to Arab media. Local sources in Lebanon reported that the Israeli authorities attacked regions near Ada ash-Shab and Adaron in the south on Saturday night. Still no word on damage or casualties. In response to the Israeli regime's offensives against Gaza and southern Lebanon, the Lebanese resistance has been attacking the Israeli military position since early October. Following Hamas' unprecedented operation against the occupying state in reprisal for its increased atrocities against Palestinians, Israel launched its devastating attack on Gaza on October 7. Israel has sieged the densely populated territory, shutting off fuel, electricity, food, and water to almost 2 million Palestinians. Hezbollah is devastating northern Israel. Nature reserves, grazing pastures, fields, and orchards are burning. Military outposts, including critical assets, are flooding. There were over 1,000 home losses. Bankrupt businesses. Some 80,000 Israelis are in motels, unsure when they can return home. Hezbollah has increased the pace and ferocity of its attacks on the upper and western Galilee, Golan Heights, Mount Carmel, and Jezreel Valley in recent weeks. Missile, drone, and rocket attacks have hit Haifa, Acre, and Tiberias. Hezbollah fired about 200 rockets toward Israel on Wednesday during Shavuot. More than 100 spread the fires, damage, and mayhem on Thursday. The Israel Defense Forces said Hezbollah's activities haven't changed the 8-month pattern of tit-for-tat attacks. The Israeli Air Force bombed Hezbollah's Southern Command's Nasser unit Tuesday night. The division-sized Nasser force oversees Hezbollah's border activities with Israel. The raid murdered Taleb Sami Abdullah, the unit leader, and 3 senior personnel. The IDF's argument that Hezbollah's large missile, drone, and rocket barrages on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are a tit-for-tat reinforces Hezbollah's claim that its massive aggression is a justifiable response to Abdullah's assassination. The IDF claim is clearly self-defeating. It's not the fundamental issue. IDF's claim misses Hezbollah's strategic reasoning, which is its primary flaw. No Israeli operation has prompted Hezbollah's strike. To achieve strategic aims, it attacks. Hezbollah isn't only abusive, it's waging a strategic war with long-term and intermediate goals. Hezbollah began bombing Israel with drones, anti-tank rockets, and missiles on October 8. Since then, it has steadily increased its attacks. Not reactive, Hezbollah acts strategically. Hezbollah learns how to penetrate Israel's defenses with each attack. Learning curve drives its escalatory cycle, allowing Hezbollah to rule Lebanon. What goals does Hezbollah's projectile campaign pursue? Hezbollah wants to destroy Israel like its Iranian overlord. There are intermediate goals on the way to triumph. Objective 1 is operational control over northern Israel. Hezbollah and Iran believe such dominance will force Israel to surrender strategically. If Hezbollah's anti-tank rockets, drones, and missiles can overwhelm Israel's ability to protect northern Israel, Israel will have to concede nominal sovereignty at the bargaining table to secure quiet. Hezbollah wants Israel to relinquish sovereignty over Mount Dov, a huge Golan Heights territory that controls northern Israel and the Gulf of Haifa. Several actors in Lebanon and abroad protect Hezbollah, allowing it to expand. For years, Lebanon affairs expert Tony Badran has contended that Hezbollah is Iran's Lebanese Foreign Legion. It is Lebanon too. Hezbollah runs the country's economy, politics, and security. Lebanon's official structures, state institutions, including the LAF, parliament, central bank, and government are fig leaves to cover this underlying truth. UNIFIL, mandated to keep Hezbollah away from Israel, operates at Hezbollah's pleasure. Hezbollah enjoys its employees' lives and deaths. UNIFIL cannot fulfill its purpose, and like the LAF, its border presence conceals Hezbollah forces and assets from the IDF. Lebanon is not a country under Hezbollah. 5.5 million people live in Iran's forward military base facing Israel. Residents must deny living in an Iranian missile base. United Nations, United States, and European Union can recognize basic truth. But they stubbornly resist. Instead, they support Hezbollah by helping the Lebanese maintain the illusion that Lebanon has state institutions that operate independently of Hezbollah, can oppose its actions, and deserve U.S. and international financial and military aid. They may negotiate Israeli capitulation arrangements to Hezbollah's horrific onslaught without directly confronting Hezbollah or Iran. Hezbollah's attacks and support from Lebanon and the world put Israel in a bind. Allowing Hezbollah to succeed is national suicide. Israel will have to fight another major war against an international enemy to stop Hezbollah from realizing its goals. The military challenge exists too. Over the previous generation, IDF general staffs have accepted that huge conventional conflicts are over. Based on this incorrect but popular assessment, the general staff cut Israel's ground forces and invested most of its resources in the Air Force and other technology-driven divisions for 20 years. The goal was to attack Iran's nuclear installations, preferably with a US-led force, not Hamas and Hezbollah. The idea that Israel might give up strategic independence for US guarantees dominated Israeli national security discourse. Israel has been fighting a conventional war in Gaza, Lebanon, Judea and Samaria, the Red Sea, Iran, and Iraq/Syria since October 7. Israel prepared for a low-cost, high-tech battle waged remotely from air-conditioned operations centers, while its foes prepared for a war. It's their war to destroy Israel. Hamas and Hezbollah train murderers, rapists, and squads to launch missiles, drones, and rockets, while Israel trained hackers. Israel's high-tech force is struggling to defeat these forces. Israel's U.S. support assumption has also suffered. Yes, Washington will help Israel defend itself from Iran and its proxies on 7 fronts. But it opposes Israeli offensive action and has intentionally undermined Israel's ability to conduct extended offensive operations. The U.S. embargoes or slows the shipment of offensive ammunition for Israel's ground and air forces and refuses to share satellite and other offensive intelligence, stop Hezbollah's terror. Given the strategic necessity of defeating Hezbollah and preventing it from gaining operational or strategic authority over northern Israel, and Israel's diplomatic and operational limitations compared to Hezbollah and Hamas, how should Israel proceed? Start with the strategic imperative. Israel must cease Hezbollah's terror in northern Israel. Hezbollah must lose its military capability so it can no longer attack Israel. Israel must control the Lebanese side of the border, destroy Hezbollah south of the Litani River, and stay in southern Lebanon for the foreseeable future to achieve this goal. Declaring such a purpose is simple. It is much harder to achieve. Israel must significantly expand its standing and reserve armies and have the military-industrial capabilities to arm them independently to achieve this goal. Israel is striving toward both goals. Industrial independence and military expansion require time. Time is critical. Northerners living in hotels across the country cannot wait years to return home. In May 2000, then Prime Minister Ehud Barak gave Hezbollah the security zone in southern Lebanon, allowing the terror group to expand its forces to an existential threat to Israel. Jerusalem can win by reversing his maneuver. The government will prepare the public and guide the general staff and lower IDF ranks in designing and executing tactical missions to accomplish Israel's aim. The US-led international community will unite against a core-sized Israeli invasion of Lebanon. Israel may stay under the radar of hostile Western capitals and global institutions by moving cautiously and fighting specific targets. Israel can claim its operations are reaction to Hezbollah attacks. Just as Hezbollah uses every missile assault to probe and learn how to penetrate Israel's defenses to advance its strategic goal, Israel's operations will be paving stones to strategic victory by restoring the security zone in southern Lebanon. Every move increases North safety. Each move undermines Hezbollah's ambitions. Israel may adapt its operations to ground conditions by moving carefully and thoughtfully, extending them when political realities allow and restricting them when they are more difficult.